kind of played ourselves into that situation. But I think having a week of rest was good for our bodies. Everybody just had a chance to make sure, one, that they're healthy, and two, that we're getting in, great weight room action. Guys are getting plenty of shots up. Guys are playing ones. Guys are playing pickup. So it's definitely good on the body.
Does that ever get to a point when it's too much rest?
Yeah, I mean, after a while, they have to stop letting us play pickup. Before anybody gets hurt, it gets pretty competitive. You don't want to totally get rid of your mean streak when you're waiting for the next round. So I think as long as we keep the competitive nature in the gym, we'll be fine.
So much of the playoffs is about mental focus. How do you stay mentally sharp during these long layups?
Film, a lot of film. Like I said, all the maintenance stuff. Just coming in here to make sure you get treatment, weight room. As long as you feel like you're putting in the work mentally, I think you're pretty calm. We come in here, we watch film. We watch film on our iPads. And then we got to watch the games that are happening now. You watch the new series with San Antonio and Golden State. We're going to be watching Washington and Boston. And you got to do your homework. You got to study.
Hey, Shump, the play that Leonard got hurt on yesterday where Pachulia came up underneath him,
Yeah.
is that a play that you worry about? Or, I mean, you probably can't think about that when you're taking a jump shot. But
Yeah,
is that...
I mean, it's something that bothers a lot of players. I know a lot of times with just playing defense, getting a hard contest, I've seen guys flinch just because I'm jumping out there because they're nervous they might land on your foot. Honestly, it's part of the game. Guys are trying hard to stop him, especially a guy like Kawhi, who's been doing a lot of damage in these playoffs. You guys trying to stop him, trying to get a good contest, make sure he misses a shot, and guy lands like that. It's unfortunate. You don't want it to happen to anybody, but guys are trying to win.
And the league has done what they can, right, to regulate that. Is there anything more they can do, or is
Trust
it just
me, we don't need the
anything
league
more?
putting in any more fouls and advantages for offensive players. We don't need it. We just, that's something I think. I mean, if you take a contest out of the game, man, come on.
Yeah.
But I just think it's an unfortunate position for a ref to be in, to have to see that. It's not really a call that you can make. You're trying to watch to make sure there's no contact up high. Guy rolls his ankle. It's incidental, but it happens in this game.
First round you took on PG largely, a wing. Second round was more DeMar. Next round, depending on who wins, could be a point guard. How do you approach between a small forward and then defending a point guard just a couple weeks later?
To my advantage, I played point guard longer than I played against wings. I always had to guard the wing in the second half after guarding the point guard, usually as far as growing up playing ball. So I think reverting back, not to call it easy, but it's a familiar place for me. It's just a little flip-flop, starting out guarding wings and now guarding ones. But it should be fine, man. Washington and Boston both have they headline with their point guards. I'm just gonna do my job. If me guarding the point guard is what we need to do to win, and that's what we do.
Since you obviously haven't known your opponent for the next round, has this been a good time to focus inward and maybe look at maybe a part of your game or the team's game that you guys want to strengthen?
Oh, without a doubt. Like I said, we come in here for practice, constantly, repetitions with rotations, where we could be better defensively, watching films, and where we could be better offensively, where we can make an extra pass, where guys are standing, if Bron's posting up, if Kai had to ISO. There's a lot of things that go into it, and definitely this week off has been great for us to study on them.
We've had a chance to talk to a bunch of the guys this week about seeing games, about the handshakes, high fives that you guys do, and several guys gave you credit for being kind of the creative spark behind some of the ones that go around.
Blame it on Sean.
How do you come up with them, and is it a part of the team culture?
Yeah, I think it's something organic, man. It organically happens. A lot of times throughout cheering through a game or a certain style, a certain player plays with, that's how you come up with the handshakes, or something that they used to do back home. You just sort of throw everything in there. It's a story behind every handshake. The story comes with it. So I think it's just good for team chemistry, man. Like when you come in every morning, you see somebody and they put energy into that 5-second, 10-second handshake. It's just a good to see you notion instead of coming up to everybody and having to smile and yell. It's like you come to somebody, you do a handshake, and it's like it's good to see you. You know what I mean? I think it adds a lot to our team chemistry.
You used to line your fade with LeBron, right? When you did with the hands up. When you
I would put
when you lost the hair, was it his call to make that different, or did you have
put the crown on?
Okay. Did you have to change it up when you trimmed your hair?
No, we sort of we still do it. It's just not as exaggerated because I don't have any hair. When I try and wear my hair out now, it falls over and flops around. It doesn't really work as well to do the handshake like that. But yeah, we definitely still do it though. It's always a lot of fun.
And last year, you and Kyrie became first-time fathers around the same time, and incorporated that too. Like, what was the shelf life of the cradling the baby?
Like you said, we became fathers around the same time, and me and Kai have had our children around for play dates, and we laugh about daddy daycare, so it's kind of fitting to throw a little cradle to baby action in there. But it definitely was just something that I think for me and Kai, just becoming better people off the floor, and then seeing how it added to our focus on the floor to have a child now, have something more to play for. All your life you're playing basketball, and you're playing for your family, you're playing from where you're from. You want to make everybody proud, but there's no feeling like having your child, look at the screen if they're not there, or being at the game and just seeing their father play. It's a different bond.
You guys got logos coming for the jerseys. It's for next year. Do you wonder do you have an opinion on that, or did it took you a while to come around to the idea of that kind of thing?
I think initially, just because growing up, you're so used to seeing just the classic jersey. At first I wasn't taking too positive about it. I didn't like it. But seeing how they're doing it, understanding why they're doing it, and me, I kind of got the best of both worlds. I got to play with a jersey without it, and I guess I'll be one of the first ones to play with it. So, it's part of it now, and we move from there.
You mentioned all the rule changes that are geared towards offense nowadays in the NBA. Just how much has the game changed since you came in, and the rule changes that have already transpired? What has that meant to the league?
Well, it sucks when you a guard that I kind of made a name for myself being more physical on the defensive end, being stronger and being able to manipulate the game with my strength. And, a lot of the contact that you're allowed to do in the open court now, and, the way these guys are. It's really not the game changing. It's guys becoming so smart. When they're already gifted. A guy already being gifted offensively to make shots, he shouldn't be making anyway. And then, he's adding a swipe through to get his shot to where you can't even contest it at times, or can't swipe down on him. It makes your job difficult on the defensive end. I think that the only way to deal with it now is just, you have to understand that a guy may get 20, 30. In this league, with the game changing the way it has, and guys becoming so smart and so good, the days of a guy averaging 25 and me feeling like I could have those games where I hold him to 10 points, it just can't exist. And the way guys are playing now, guys are adding the Euro step, more and more pump fakes, trying to get to the line, make sure guys got to keep their hands off them. I mean, if you can bend the rule book like that and make sure that you get your game going, then hat off to you.
Has it made you more hesitant to?
At times, you know, but like I was telling T. Lou before we started the first series, I know he was telling me that I had to be better for him in playoffs, just as far as, you know, getting more stops for him, you know, fixing more mistakes that we make on the offensive end. You know, when presented that, it's like, okay, but you know, at times I may have to sacrifice a foul or two to keep somebody honest. You know what I mean? And I think T. Lou has done an incredible job with, you know, knowing how much he's gonna need me in a game. And at times I may have 3 straight fouls. And he's left me out there in these playoffs, and it's allowed me to become more and more aggressive and, you know, get into more of a rhythm and understand more of what that offensive player is trying to get done.
Shump, looking at Game 7 tonight, obviously the home team's won all 10 matchups with these guys this season. What does Washington have to do to steal one in Boston, do you think?
It's tough, man. You got to get stops. The only way to win in the playoffs is getting stops. Everybody can score. The guys are going to get hot, like I was saying. Guys in this league are incredible, but if you can get stops and get your team more possessions, you got a better chance of winning.
You guys, sorry.